You were born in 1943. The world doesn't smell of mother's milk, but of smoke. American flying fortresses are bombing Sicily. Your first cradle is a stone sack carved into the rock where your mother hides you. Your childhood is not toys, it's Vumera, the air raid sirens that howl louder than dogs. At 5 years old, you know that honor is not just a word. You see your grandfather, the old Don. When he walks, men lower their eyes and women cross themselves. But one morning they find him in an olive grove. He's sitting against the trunk, but he has no eyes. In his mouth, a lupin flower is clamped, a sign of betrayal. You ask your father, "Who?" Father doesn't answer. He leads you to the basement. There, he teaches you to light the fuse in a glass bottle of gasoline.
You grow faster than the grass on the slopes of Etna. By age 10, you're not afraid of blood. You start small, carrying notes hidden in bread crusts, watching strangers. At 12, you hold a lupara for the first time, a sawed-off shotgun. It smells of oil and old blood. You aim at a bottle on the fence. Your hand doesn't shake. You're 16, the dawn of your strength. You fall in love with the baker's daughter. Her skin smells of flour and sun. You steal flowers for her from someone else's balcony. But your father calls you to the basement. Enough. Today, you become a man. They take you to the mountains. A man is sitting there. He betrayed the family. You remember your grandfather without eyes. You pull the trigger. You go outside for air. You vomit. Your father says, "Wipe your face. You got dirty."
The year 1959. You join the family. An oath on an icon which they'll later burn. Your palm in the Don's palm, and blood from your finger drips onto the saint's face. You start with pizzotto. You go to the fishmongers, explaining they will pay for protection. If the merchant is stubborn, you flip over the tuna tray. You grow. You learn to be silent. The year 1963. Clan War. Cosa Nostra blows itself up from within. You bury childhood friends. Today, his face is covered with a sheet. You don't go to the funeral. It's dangerous. You sit in a dark room with a loaded gun. Fear has a smell. It's the smell of your own sweat mixed with the cold of metal. You become a capo regime. You have your own men. You get your first big piece. Illegal concrete. The whole city is built on your concrete. You wear expensive suits, handmade. They smell of leather and cologne. You drive an American car with a huge engine to outrun pursuits. 1970s, you move north to Milan. Here it smells of big money. The real golden rain pours from powder. It smells of teenagers dying. You never see the powder itself. You only see numbers in Swiss banks. You get married, not to the baker's daughter. You've forgotten her smell. It's an alliance, a deal. You think of how many votes in the council she'll bring. She bears your children. You love them with that strange, heavy love. You send them to study in Switzerland so they never know the smell of gunpowder. 1980s, the golden age. You become the boss. You speak quietly, and even those behind the door hear you. But money, like the plague, attracts rats. Your best friend starts getting greedy. "You betrayed me," you say. He cries, he begs for forgiveness. You hug him, you kiss him on the cheek. "I forgive you," you whisper. The next morning, they find him in a car at the dump. You go to his funeral. The year 1992. It thunders across the country. They kill the judges. You watch the news on TV. You feel the ground starting to shake. Moles inside the family start singing. You sleep with a gun under your pillow. Your world shrinks to the walls of the villa, to the voices of your bodyguards. You look at the sea and think of your grandfather. The circle is closed. The year 1993. Arrest. You wake to the sound of helicopters. Men in black burst into the room. It smells of tear gas and rubber. You feel the cold marble against your cheek. You don't resist. Maximum security prison, 47 bis. Your cell smells of dampness and despair. You look at the walls and remember every smell of your life. Years pass. You grow old. Your body knows only coarse prison clothes. The year 2006, you're in the prison hospital. It smells of medicine and decay. Your villa is now an anti-mafia museum. School children take tours. Night comes. You're alone. You no longer hear the sirens. You hear the absolute silence of the olive grove where your grandfather sat. You take your last breath. It smells of dust, old age, and nothing. In the morning, a nurse finds you. A strange half-smile is frozen on your lips. On the outside, friends raise their glasses. To the old friend. You've become a legend. You've become death itself.